Welcome to the TaeVi's podcast. We got a special episode today. We had the fathers on last week, and they got on the mothers a little bit about a lot of things that we talked about. But I got some special mothers in the building, and we have a little baby in the building as well. Across the table from me, we have Lex with our little kid today. Next to her, we have Jamara. Say hello to her. And over here, we have the lady with all the stories, Kayla. She got on me before the show, but we going to get into some good, healthy conversations today, y'all. And how y'all feeling before we start anything today?
Ready?
Y'all good?
Yeah. Yes.
What y'all think about the fathers in today's society? Just a little broad question right now. Where do the fathers stand in today's society? We're gonna start with you, Kayla.
I think the younger generation is more wanting to be family men now versus back then. I'm a single parent, so my baby daddy just call when he feel like it.
What's the younger generation? What age group?
I'm started like maybe 19, 20, 21. I mean, they doing photo shoots with the baby mamas.
Okay,
baby
so like
showers,
2,000 babies.
like really being active.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you think, Lex?
I agree because, well, also our age, my age, I'm 25. So, me and my friend, we both have babies like a month apart.
Okay.
And there's differences between my relationship and my baby's father and her baby's father.
Okay.
And my baby's father is there. He helps out sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes the other father doesn't do it.
Okay.
He might be like physically there in the house, but he won't help out sometimes.
Got you.
And I see the differences.
Okay.
So it's like hit or miss.
Okay.
Really.
We're gonna touch on that. Being there as a father, but being there as well. What you think, Jamara, about the fathers in today's world?
It's a lot. So I think just like both of the ladies said, it's different. With the generations, it's different. I think the group of fathers, if that's the thing, today or in this whole season that we're in, it's just different. A lot of things. We have social media now, so we have those type of fathers. So it's like so many different aspects, but overall, I don't think it's enough. It's enough of like examples for fathers.
Or like good examples?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's enough good examples. I don't think a lot of fathers these days are willing to be led by example. Like they don't have mentors. They don't have fathers in their house.
Okay.
They're not spiritual, so they're not like following the pastor. So they're just figuring it out, but failing as they go. So it's like, it's a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? So it takes them too many years to figure out, okay, I need to get it together.
Okay. What do y'all think is the reason a lot of fathers are lacking or failing according to the women perspective? What are some things that y'all think that contributes to a father lacking and being a father? You go with you, Jamara.
In a child's life, as a man?
Child life, relationship, because being in a relationship with the mother of your child, I guess.
So that really goes back to what I was saying. I don't think that they have enough of healthy examples for a man. It's a lot of men telling women how should they be a woman or how should you be as a wife, and this is what you do X, Y, and Z. But it's not enough men telling men this is what you need to do.
Okay.
You know, you need to. We could curse.
Yeah.
You need to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like why you ain't so it's not enough pinpointing or like you know what I'm saying? Like I say, healthy figures for men. Period. To follow. All they just doing as they doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a lot, I don't want to say it has to do with the woman, but I do, just accountability. It takes two for a child, for one. But I can't tell you how to be a man. So when you're not a man, that affects you being a father. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different domino effect of things, just different layers. And it affects so much, Yeah.
It does. It really does.
Go ahead, Kayla.
My current situation, I'm a single parent. My child's father been in jail, in and out since he was born. He went to jail recently. again for the umpteenth time. I don't know why. He got out at the beginning of 2021. I didn't talk to him until 2022.
By choice,
he can't get over the past.
Okay.
Whatever we went through and whatever, he just can't get over it. So it's affecting the relationship with him and my son, and I don't know why. But and it's so crazy because when I seen him May of last year, he was at my friend's mom pool party. I hadn't seen him since the prior year. So
y'all just bumped the teach at a pool party.
I walked past him. Kay, come here. I said, what you want? There you go. I said, what the fuck do we have to talk about? Let's just be clear on that.
Okay.
I'm walking past you. There you go. I said, what you mean there I go? I mean, I didn't try. I don't know what else to do. I mean, you walk around New Orleans as if your son is non-existent, so I treat you as if you're non-existent.
Okay.
I mean, we did have a conversation. We did lay stuff out on the table, and he went to jail 4 days later. Now we in 2023. He's still in jail. He calls from jail. He went to jail May 2020. He just called last month.
How old is your kid?
My son's 10.
Did they have a relationship before he was?
He's always in jail. When he was the last time he was in jail, the last juice. I mean, he was calling and he came home and it was something else, and now he's back in jail. And my son don't want to be bothered because he sees that you are not consistent. Okay. My son actually was crying and said, "I don't want to talk." His feelings was hurt. So my son is old enough that he knows
that way his father.
And I just really like, you fucked up.
Right.
Like basically you fucked up. Like I take care of home by myself since day one. I've always had a job. If I had a job, I had to hustle. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a hustler. So I think he went over those years knowing, well, baby mama gonna make sure my son's straight fuck. I don't gotta call, and then when you call him, you have to bring him to the second line. It could be a trophy. Nah, he ain't buy none of that shit.
Okay. Now, I want to touch on that as well. Do y'all think the relationship between the two parents goes sour, why does it always affect the kid relationship with the father? Because that's usually who's the person, the relationship that's affected, the father and the son. Because when the mother and father split, go their separate ways, whatever they do, usually the child stays with the mother most of the time. So why y'all think that relationship goes sour?
So I can only speak on my experience. So I'll say I learned I was one of those bitter baby mamas in the beginning.
All right, define that though. What is bitter baby mama?
So after the split, because my child was so young, and I think that's the issue too. Like the younger they are, you have to have some type of relationship with the mom or the other parent. You can't, you know what I'm saying? If they 3 and 4, you got to call me to get to them. So in that process, because I was unhealed and I was still hurt and I was broken, I was bitter. I'm hurt,
From the relationship?
Yeah, from the relationship. Okay. So every time he called, I want to talk about, let's talk about what happened. So instead of like just breaking that down, he had to go through me to get to my son. Okay. So it became a part where like, I know I have to do that. So I'm just not going to, I can't, I'm just not going to deal with none of it together. So I think the earlier they are, and I think, because of course that's where it happens. When y'all split and they're young and things like that, it goes so many years by because I have to deal with you to get, I don't want to deal with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, from the father's perspective. I don't want to deal with you. I just want to deal with my child or whatever. But because I couldn't understand the importance was this child. You know what I'm saying? Right. It shouldn't matter my relationship with you, and I understand that now as an adult. My relationship with you as a boyfriend or whatever that was is my relationship with you. Your son relationship is his relationship. Separate. I couldn't mix that too, but I didn't understand it. Right. So I always tried to, you have to deal with me to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, I think what I can say is what I could have done better is try to separate that to let him be there. Instead of trying to control, control so many things, early on. However, I think as a man, you still have a responsibility to be a father, right? Regardless of how heavy it is to deal with the mother, how heavy, this, that, and like a lot of men I ain't fucking with it,
They don't feel like it. They feel like they can just get up and go when they want. And at the end of the day, when the daddy leaves, they don't want to.
Have to.
Who there?
So,
Right. And I think,
even though you say that, sorry for cutting you off, you still take I heard you you take some accountability for the relationship early on with.
yeah,
the
now
father
I
and
do. Now,
yeah, but it took you some years. To
right. It took
that.
me some time because I was hurt for so long. You know what I'm saying? And it took me some time to get there. But now I'm at the space, like she said, he can see for himself. So now I'm not in the picture. You don't have to contact me. You don't have to call me. You don't have to do none of that. So why aren't you still, doing this, that, and the other? So I think another part of that is we pick up so much slack and be like, man, I'm going to take, because that's my child. Right. I'm not going to let my child go without. I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. So they get so used to that. They get so crippled by, I know she going to take care of it. I know she going to, whatever it is.
I cannot teach my son everything a man
right, well, no, I'm saying as far as in a responsibility aspect.
Because they feel like the mama going to do it. She going to do it.
So they just don't. So that's my thing is like, it's like so much, like just that's still your child, so like I said in the beginning, of course, I think that was the issue why, but now once I got over that, okay, what's your reason? Why you not calling? Why you not, and my issue was I had moved out of state. So then it had become, because he out of state. I was in New Orleans. That was New Orleans to Houston. That's what, a 5-hour drive? Yeah. But it has nothing to do with finance. Them children don't care if you working. They don't care what kind of job. They don't care. Money gonna spend.
They be wanting the time.
Call me. Let me see you. Like include me.
Let's
like you
include
the park.
Right, the interaction.
Simple shit. So it's like I don't think it's so many excuses being made. Or I can't be there. I can't do this. Right. Them children don't.
They don't really care about that.
They don't care. They just want time.
Facts. I want to touch on this with you, Lex, because you're a newly mother, 2-month-old. But before the show, you said you grew up in a single parent household. What did you see from the single parent household? But you with your boyfriend, fiance, I don't know what situation you're in right now. But you with your man right now, and y'all have a 2-parent household. What's the differences you see so far already?
So let's see. One thing is, like, I have more support. That's one thing. So if I go to work, if he goes to work, we have support throughout, like our mothers, our grandparents. Rather than, okay, single parent, my mom had to rely on my grandmother to watch us. Right. She really didn't have our dads. So that's one thing. And then it's like, we always saying about the jobs. It was like we had no time with our mom sometimes because she was working so much, trying to provide for us. Right. And even now, it's the same thing. With me being at the house, my brother is still in the house. Okay. So, and then with his father, it was always money, want to throw at him. What about time? Okay. And with my father, it was non-existent. He was always in jail. Okay. That's just it. But I've feel like we've broken a generational curse because my boyfriend grew up without his father too. Okay, so y'all relate a lot. Yeah, so it's like I see that, even though he didn't have his father, he had his grandfather. His grandfather showed him what a man needs to be. Okay. And so, if we're at home and I need to do homework, he takes her. Go take a shower, go do your homework. I got it. Unwind a little bit. Yeah. When a single parent gets home, she doesn't have that. Straight to work. It's like it's tough. I gotta take care of my child. I'm gonna take a shower when I can take a shower. Right. Facts. So you gotta squeeze it in, girl. Yeah. So
y'all saying that I be when my girl at work sometime. Well, fiance, she'll get mad at me.
Yeah, she should.
She at work and I'm here at night. Sometimes when man cry, I be like, damn, I can't even get in the shower. Sometimes. So when she go to sleep, you gotta jump in there.
It's like a battle of figuring out what responsibility I'm going to do. Am I going to take care of myself first? Am I going to do this?
You gotta clean out.
I had help since my baby was born. I had my mom. I grew up in a 2-parent household. My dad just passed away when I was younger. Okay. So when I got pregnant, I had help from my mom. All right. I worked until I was 39 weeks. Wow. And then I had my son. I'd stay with my mom. I didn't move out my mom's house till 2018 when I actually really left. I never had to leave. Like I could go to work, get off of work, I can go out. I can hang out all night till in the morning if I want to. My mama's still gonna help me with my child. Like she's not gonna be like, okay, I could still run the streets because I got an inside babysitter and I still could go to work. Like some of the girls I was hanging around with, they didn't have to find a babysitter. I got an inside babysitter. I don't have to leave my mama's house. Whenever she want to put me out, is when she gonna put me out. I don't never have to leave. But I wanted to learn how to be on my own. Okay. So now I was ready to be on my own. Me and Kaden, how to do?
And see, when I was pregnant, speaking like, you know, with my older son, we created that together. Like, it wasn't no like this just happened, this is what we're gonna do. We was in a relationship, like it happened healthily. So while we was together, it was amazing. You know, we was doing this together. He was present, all that kind of stuff. The absence came once we split. So it's like,
how old was y'all son when y'all split?
He was 4. My son is about to be 10.
Okay.
So the earliest, like she said, like I had support during my pregnancy. Like my parents, you know, were there. Like I had support. Like, so it was healthy, you know, during. So I can say with my first son. So I can understand that, but it's like I say, the carrying on was the issue. Once we split, that was it. But
that's what I have a question. Like, why is it an issue once we split that you can't be consistent? Like, what's the problem? Because my baby daddy had a wife. I'm cool with the wife. Get him. Don't give a fuck. Give me a break. You get a new girlfriend. Don't give a fuck. Give me a break. I don't believe in child support. I believe in it, but I was never really forced my hand to really do it because I'm like, I know him. I ain't really gonna get nothing anyway. So it's like, fuck that little bit of money right now. But if I knew he was like had the money and I was like really forced, but no, like I just was like, okay, it's gonna be done. But I mean, if you have girlfriends and they want to come get them, I don't have no problem with that. I am not a bitter baby mama. If you got a girlfriend, all these hoes, tell them come get them, drop some shit off. I don't give a fuck.
See, I wasn't always like that, and I can say it now, and I can, you know, say it as a woman, you know, and I feel because
say what
that I ain't gonna say I was bitter, but I had an issue with my child going around like you ain't just gonna come get him because this is the thing.
You ain't just gonna come get him with any woman,
right?
I understand that
because
not any woman, but he
was married, right? So that's like, but see, this situation, he was single. This.
So you have one baby father?
No, so I have 2. So that's how I was gonna get into that. But so the thing was like he lay his head anywhere, you know, and I experienced with my father when I was younger. I don't want to meet all the women. Okay, you know, like I don't want, and then. You know, it tears into a lot of stuff, but just because of you trust them don't mean who they trust around. Like, you sleeping over there, you in a room with her. You don't know who coming in and out the doors. Like, a lot of things, you know, as a child happened to me when I was when I was by close family members or the places that people trusted. So that was big for me, you know, for you to, just because you with her, you sleeping over here and you in the room, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then it was just too many.
Too many different women.
Yeah, so that it wasn't like, oh, I didn't care who. My thing was, come get him, go to the park, do this and do that. He don't have to come sleep with you by no woman. You know what I'm saying? So come get him and do what you got. Like, you have other places, but I had an issue with my child being around every woman, everywhere you slept. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to back up because I'm like, I can't control that. You know, like I still have to trust that you his father, and I still but he lead you. I was just so like. I didn't want nothing to, you know what I'm saying? But I had to back up. And again, I had to learn that you still his father. So you still I have to trust that. So I had to let go. And it was a lot for me. But I learned, you know, through now my second child.
Oh, deep breath.
Yeah, that's a whole nother situation. Yeah, it is. It's heavy. Honestly, child.
Is his father in his life?
Go to the next question.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have 2 children. So I have a 9-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh, a new baby.
Yeah, child. The second situation was totally different. To be honest with you, it's still kind of like heavy to me. I went through postpartum a lot. Like heavy. I went through postpartum during, afterwards. I went through a lot of like self-sabotage because my situations was different. I kept comparing my situations.
Kept comparing each father?
No. Yeah. Like my situations, like my experience. So my experience in my first son, I was happy. I was healthy. You know, this is what I wanted. We about to be a family forever. My second son came out of choices and situations.
Okay, so you expect to be with your first baby father.
Yeah.
Y'all expect to get married. So what went wrong in the situation? Why y'all broke up? If it's not too personal.
Yeah. It ain't too personal, but you know, we broke up because I'm trying to
You
say
or
this
him?
without
You or him was the reason.
both.
Both of y'all cheated?
Yeah, so he cheated for so long.
Yeah.
No, so technically, so he cheated for so long, and I stood there.
Okay.
The one time,
You know it's different for men.
the one time
know that.
he had done found out, and this is how he found out. Oh Lord,
Found
I've
out
never
what?
said this. I was on air, Lord.
She didn't even want to say I cheated. She said,
Hey, listen, no, why she's saying that? That's like the similar situation with me and my baby daddy.
Okay.
But it was somebody he ain't like, so
Yeah, it's like, well,
it was an op, definitely an op. It was an op.
Wait, my situation wasn't even like that. So I'll just say how he found it because I'm over it now or whatever.
Yeah, you over it. It's long.
Yeah. So we had broke up, and he went. You know, when he went in the streets. So when he was decided to come back home, you know, during that time, you know,
You was doing your thing.
whatever. Now this is somebody that I was seeing. Like I ain't gonna say since a child. I don't want to say that, but it was like a childhood, you know, that was always, you know, and gave me the attention that I wanted, treated me the way I wanted to be treated, just everything that I didn't have at home. So you go, I'm gonna get this treatment.
Okay.
So he comes back home, and I gotta shut this off. So I'm trying to shut this off and do this. Now I'm getting everything I feel I want to be, you know, however that is. But now you back home, so I gotta figure out how to do this or whatever. So in the midst of us trying to go through all of that, the guy got killed. So that was like, if like a lot still, you know, because I've known this man like all my life or whatever. So the guy got killed, and in the process of me grieving, I couldn't grieve. So
Because your man was there?
yeah. So when I found out, I was laying next to him. I was laying next to him.
You
I
was
was
laying next to your man?
Yeah.
The one who left?
Yeah, because I
And
told
came
you
back.
he came back. No, so he was home by then. We was trying to
and you was
rebuild.
trying to- and you was trying
Yeah.
and you was
Oh
trying
no,
to
this
cut
her baby
off.
daddy.
Yeah, she was trying to cut off the situation with
Yeah,
the man.
yeah, yeah.
So you went grieving on another dick?
No.
No.
She found out the man died when she was in bed with her baby father.
all
right.
So she couldn't grieve even though she loved
Right.
him. Because her man was going to be like,
No, right.
"Nigga, what you
Nah,
grieving
I'm
over that
crying.
nigga for?"
No,
Okay,
listen,
I'm gonna go to
I'm
the
about to
bathroom
tell you.
and cry.
So this is what happened. So I was doing hair then, and I was working in the shop.
Okay.
So I had told him.
Get it out.
So I had told him. I was like, I got a client. It's 6 o'clock. I found out like 4 something that morning. So I was like, I got.
You had a client for 6
I had a
a.m.
client for 6 a.m. I gotta get up and I gotta go. But I went by my mama's house and I cried.
Yeah, all right. You
So
let it out.
like I had to. I've been on this boy since I was like 6. You know, that was
So
like
it
my
really
first
hurt.
boy. I was hurt, and it was so opposed outside of that. I was so hurt because I couldn't grieve. I told him. I had told him like, because I was one of those girlfriends, stupid, but I was one of those like tell all kind of things, you know, like you confess, I'm gonna confess or whatever, you know. So in the process, I was telling him, and I told him everything. I was like, he did this, he tried. Now, mind you, man, this guy has never had any sexual relations.
Okay.
So you done told him all this, not a boy.
The boy was dead.
The boy is dead, and you done told your baby daddy that the side boy was treating you better than the baby daddy. So the baby daddy.
And he
felt some
told
type
me,
of way.
because it's something I used to always tell him. I used to
How
say,
did this come up though?
what you mean?
With you and your
I think
baby
we was
father?
fussing.
I was fussing. You said
And
he
I was
treated you good
like,
anyway.
no. I think I was like, if you see me crying or something like that, I forgot how it went, y'all. But when I told him, you know, I told him about it or whatever, and he was like, remember, you used to always tell me a girl only gonna act that way if you giving her a reason.
Right.
You know, so he was like, so that nigga was only treating you like that because you was giving him a reason, you know, to treat him like that or whatever.
Okay.
So then after I told him that, he said, I mean, no disrespect, you know, to his family. God bless him. He said, well, fuck you and that nigga. And he left. And when he left, it was like we was non-existent. So he left and he ended up.
That's so cheeky though.
So that was the last
Right.
straw.
So that's how I was like,
Like men is so cheeky. That
but
goes
I'm like,
back to what I did
after
last
all
night.
this
Oh,
time. I'm like,
get into what
but
you
I'm like,
did
after
last
all
night.
this time, like I stood and forgave you. I'm like, and then on top of that, I'm like, he dead.
Let me.
That man ain't got nothing to do.
I'm gonna tell y'all though, from a man's
man's
perspective, you know, a male's ego is one of the most fragile things.
Who knows? I'm talking to you.
From his perspective, he thinking like, damn, you let
How
that
the
nigga
man
do
is
that.
dead though? You wasn't really
Still.
right here,
And
like,
we was split. You was.
and you was still going by whoever.
Still.
That's so cheap.
And on top of that, let me
You
tell you
know,
what
I'm
happened.
single right
So
now.
this is
Break.
after he left. I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna scream. Huh?
You good, you
I got
good.
too excited.
This is why I'm single.
So after he left, y'all,
Uh-huh.
he made a baby.
He made a baby. How quick?
He made that baby out of anger.
How
This guy-
soon?
he-
That baby was not made out of love.
How soon?
Said what I said. The baby
He
was
made a
not made out of
baby.
love.
He left in April because that's when the guy got killed. So he left in April. I want to say I found out within the next like three months. It wasn't more than 6 because I
Alright.
left.
So she was 3 months pregnant.
So
I'm getting what
No,
you're
he
saying.
had. He,
No,
probably,
I
he probably
found
been there
out.
and was busting her up though.
But it was,
Yeah, he
When
said-
y'all was
she said he
separated,
running the streets,
just
though.
that particular night, he probably said, "Let me go fill her up," and made that baby.
Put 40 in the tank, huh?
Don't matter.
Like
Probably
little
so.
murder, like little murder in
Oh, come on, bro.
I never watched it.
Love. Man.
I watched like 2 shows, but I never got into
Yeah.
it. But yeah, so that was.
Now, when you saying that, when you say he got somebody pregnant 3 months, I see where the bitter baby mama thing come out.
So
That's why
right,
I see
so
where
I
it
was like,
triggered from.
okay.
That's where it was triggered.
So
from.
it wasn't just because we split.
Right.
You know,
It's
we
right
have
after,
to
like,
talk.
nigga,
Like
for
we
real.
No,
got
'cause,
shit
like,
to
you
talk
really
about.
made a baby, like you didn't give us the chance to kind of work it out,
Right.
to
anything.
to talk
closed
about
the book.
anything. You
Right.
just went and just
It
said,
I moved states. I left.
After
I couldn't
that?
deal with it.
"Yeah, I probably would have left too."
I couldn't deal with it. I was hurt, but I'm glad that I did. When I did leave, like God, it was amazing. So I'm glad that I did. But I do want to say, like, you know, it's because I know it's just live and people like I'm not to a place where now that I bring it up and I'm still I can acknowledge a lot of things that happened.
Right.
You know, a lot of it wasn't all just him. You know, it was just me. It was a collective thing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I can't tell him what he should have done. I can have my point of view
Y'all
on
was in
you.
different spaces back
Right.
then. It's all
Yeah,
growth.
well,
Yeah,
he's still in that
As
same
you
space.
get older,
Yeah,
and you
as you get
realize, like,
older-
damn, I was acting
Yeah, I'm
stupid
30
like
years
that.
old, and I be looking back at the
Exactly.
stuff that happened when I was.
I just wish he would have grown from that space and we still wouldn't have issues with you not being there for my son.
Okay.
That's it.
I want to talk about the mothers and how you pick your guys and your men and your fathers, because these are at the end of the day, you guys choose the men
Yes.
who are your baby fathers.
Yes.
And you took some accountability in your situation. Kayla, we're gonna go to you. Lex, we'll go to you after.
go to me
You want to know
next.
how I got my baby daddy that I got right now?
Yeah, you got one child, right?
Yeah,
Because you said he been in
I
and
had
out.
2, but the other one
two,
didn't
but-
make it.
All right. Let's talk about the one who did.
All right, so I was
Dead,
18.
not dead either. It sound like I said dead.
No, the baby was. Shut up.
No, I'm talking about father.
Or the second baby in the toilet. So,
Golly.
with my first
My light off.
baby daddy,
Go ahead.
my first baby daddy. Oh Lord Jesus. I was 18 years old.
Okay.
I wasn't living with my mom and my stepdad. I had ended up meeting him. I was working at Popeyes on Canal Street because I was going to Suno. And I ended up staying with a friend. And I ended up meeting this guy at Popeyes. I'm 18 years old, fresh pussy, no kids, graduated, and he is a womanizer.
How old was he?
My baby daddy was in his late 20s.
Okay.
Because he's older than me. He's almost 40. So we hooked up and, and started having unprotected sex. And he playing with me with bitches and they coming to Popeyes on Canal Street
Lord.
and playing on the phone. And I got a lemon as a car and we riding
lemon.
around and
Not
we just doing all type of shit. Like I was 18 years old. I just was like, I'm on my own. Like I'm just doing what I want to do.
Then y'all having sex.
Having
Unprotected.
sex.
Good sex.
And I don't know, but
I don't know.
I got pregnant.
At what age?
I got pregnant at 19.
Okay. A year later.
We went and told my mom.
Oh, y'all went together.
Oh, so
She didn't. She wasn't having it.
Wait. This is the man that married?
My baby daddy.
Yeah.
He didn't get married till my baby was a couple of years.
Oh,
old.
okay. I got you.
Okay.
All right.
I thought he was married already.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
he met your parents though before you was
Yeah,
pregnant?
he met my mom and stepdad. We told my mom I was pregnant.
No, before.
Oh no.
Oh, all right. So you
So it's the
introduced
first
him when
time-
y'all was
Yeah,
pregnant.
because I wasn't staying by my mom. I was staying by my
Okay.
friends. So I would talk to my mom whenever I wanted something.
All right.
Some money
Okay.
or something. Like I really
All
just
right.
was like
so
on my
reaction
own.
from the mother and father. Was your father still alive? I
No,
know you said
my dad passed away when I was 10.
Okay, sorry.
Because I'm really not from New Orleans. I'm from Michigan, but that's
Okay.
another story. So yeah, we told my mom. I forgot. I think she said she was upset or whatever.
Mhm.
The next thing you know, we went to his mom. He's Cuban and black. She said I was stupid in Spanish. Why would I go get pregnant for her son? And it's
Wait,
not the
she
best
said that about her
decision.
own son?
Yeah, she was like blatantly honest with me.
She
like,
knew that her
She
son
like
was
her
a hoe.
son ain't shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He already had another child for me. His baby mama stayed across the street from the mama or whatever. Like I just said, it was just.
So what was your reaction after this go through it? Was you hurt that your mama was mad, his mama was mad?
I was actually going to get an abortion.
Okay.
I ended up moving into a studio apartment my aunt had in the Seventh Ward, and my mom gave me the money.
Okay.
And she was gonna help me get my car fixed. The lemonade got broke. She was gonna help me get my car fixed, and she was like, "I have the money for the abortion." I said, "Okay." I go to the clinic. They give me the ultrasound.
You change your mind.
I changed my mind. I seen the leg.
How far along were you?
I was a couple of months. I seen.
Was he there?
I think he was back in jail.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. When I seen that little leg up,
It melted your heart?
So what did y'all want to do? Did he want it?
I was just like, I wanted to be a hoe for the rest of my life. I just want to live my life. I don't
You
want
don't
any
want no
attachments. I want to travel the world. I want a career. I want a husband. I don't want a baby right now. I'm 19. I just want to have fun. I'm too young. I'm not stable.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to have fun. Like, all my friends that left me, they went to Southern and Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
My stupid ass still out here.
Right.
Like,
You
I
felt
was
you
working
stuck.
another job. I was working at Acme Oyster House. I just was like,
yeah.
But no, I went through my pregnancy. I think he got back out of jail. I don't remember. Fuck, we was messing around and we was living together. It just was.
So how long were y'all until y'all officially?
I don't even remember. It just.
It's just,
Going-
You
Just
all right
like-
over there?
Yeah, it's just like. It's like.
I
It's
feel you. I feel
know what
her
they
energy.
talking
Like
about.
while she talking about
It's
like,
like
"Ugh,
it's
this
so
shit."
much like it's like
Yeah.
so like as I look back, what the fuck was I thinking? Like,
It's all good. You got a good 10-year-old out.
but I am blessed
Yeah.
for my child, and it took a lot. It took a lot.
We getting some story times here from Jamira and Kayla. Now let's go to you, Lex.
ain't saying no stories.
When did you and your old man meet?
So I had got a relationship in June or July of 2020. And I got on Tinder.
Dating app.
And
Love Tinder.
Dating app, y'all. Tinder sponsor the TaeVi
I got some good D off of Tinder.
And we met in the first time we linked was August of 2020. And I got my first apartment in October. And then he always come over. And then February of 2021, I was like, look, I like you. Like, I want a relationship. And he was like, no, I don't got my stuff together. I'm like, all right. Well, my feelings hurt now because I feel like you don't want me at all. So I wanted somebody to go to Denver with me for my birthday. So he came, and it was just me and him. And I was still talking to my ex. We were supposed to get back together. So after Denver,
Them damn exes.
after Denver, I realized like this man really liked me. Like I done fell off the scooter, to scrape my whole body up and everything.
Took care of you.
And yeah, he took care of me. And so, my ex was supposed to bring me out to dinner, and that week my boyfriend he got me a Michael Kors like little bracelet, and he asked me his girlfriend, and so I text my ex. I say, look, I'm talking to somebody. He cried on the phone,
I'm done with your ass.
and
Cool.
I was mad. I was a little. He cried, and I don't care. I hope you see this, but he cried on the phone, and I was upset that he was crying because I was like, man, the fuck up. But at the same time, I'm just like, your feelings hurt. I understand. We been together
He
for
was
3
sobbing,
years.
weeping.
You know, no, he was just like, I
Man,
don't
fuck,
understand.
My ex was a side
bullshit, bro.
and like was a fucking habitual cheater. So excuse me, y'all. I don't like cursing, but them tears.
So,
Go ahead, girl.
yeah.
Lord, the passion didn't come out when y'all talking about the ex. I'm fucking narcissistic ass.
Please don't bring that up.
Go ahead, finish, like.
But when Hurricane Ida had came, we went to Texas.
Okay.
And that's the first time I met his sister.
Okay.
And then I was like, look, I ain't taking this birth control no more. Like, this stuff is messing my body up. And he was like, all right. I said, so if I get pregnant, just know you better be here.
Oh, damn.
So I found out
What was his
pregnant.
response?
He was like, all right. And then it was funny because I was actually pregnant and I didn't know. And he asked me if I was pregnant. I was like, yes, just see his reaction. And he was like, okay, I'm going to be here. He was like, we got to go to the doctor, da-da-da. And I was like, I'm just fucking with you. I'm pregnant. And then...
You actually are pregnant.
Yeah, I actually was pregnant at that time. I was like a week pregnant and I didn't know. So I found out I was pregnant March 30th, which is the day before my birthday. And I was at home by myself in mama's house and I was like, oh my God. It was so hard to keep a secret from him that whole day.
It's crazy though. Like you said it, like when you said you told him like you pregnant, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna be it, nigga." Duh. We're in a relationship. He said that like
you
y'all
better
know
be.
each
Shit,
other.
that don't mean
that.
They be saying that
Y'all about to say,
nowadays.
don't
Ghost
mean
you,
that.
you
They said, huh?
be you be 6 months in and
Nigga
them
said, "I'ma
bitches
be here
is
soon, the
gone.
baby
And
come."
like
Nigga,
I
that
still got
house,
the
bro.
baby. I could have left you and the baby where it was at.
All right, now so you try to keep the secret. What
Yeah, I
else?
tried to keep it secret. Then that night I had told him I got a little video on my phone and he looked a little teary-eyed when I told him.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, you only
This his
lasted a
first
few
child?
hours until you told him.
no, I told him the end of the day.
Wow.
I had to go to work and everything that day. It was so hard.
You were sick?
No, I wasn't sick. What happened was my
You
breast
was
was
waiting to
hurting.
tell him.
That's how I knew.
Yeah.
And so that's
This
how I
is this
knew.
his first child as well.
Yeah. And so I asked him, I said, when she born, you gonna cry? He ain't crying nothing, but he
She's
loves her.
beautiful.
She looks
Yes.
just like him.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, ears and all.
Okay. We got some crazy stories and we got a love story.
Yes.
So we got one
Crazy
love story,
love.
2 crazy stories. Now, Kayla, before we get on to the next subject,
Wait, I ain't say mine.
go ahead, do your thing.
I forgot the question, but what the question was?
I was talking about you was the first one to go.
You did go. Yes, you did, sister.
Talking about
You did, sister.
your father.
No, you said I was gonna be last, but I forgot because I know I had something to say, but I forgot it anyway. Don't worry about it.
How you and your baby daddy met?
No, you said how do we choose?
Oh, how y'all
Yeah, how
choose?
y'all
See, I
choose
answered because I really wanted to answer
right,
that.
you right.
So
How y'all choose? What's the trait?
I'm not gonna go into no story or nothing, but what I want to say is, I right now I tell people that I'm going through the process of forgiving myself for the choices because I feel like that's our only gift to our children. Not only gift, but that's my initial gift. Like it's my choice to choose. It's not like a child choosing father. So I feel like I failed my children
Right.
because of the who my picks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. It's crazy you asked that question because I'm still trying to navigate through. How did I choose? Like, you say, like, what the?
I was,
you
young,
like,
I was vulnerable, like, and he was older than me, and he was a womanizer. So it's like,
and it's a lot of people have the narrative of, oh, he was like that. Don't know, man.
sometimes
Like,
I
I don't
don't
choose a man.
That is
knowing
something that I hear a lot as
you
well.
know, like,
you don't know because you could be so
Right.
sweet, like so perfect in the beginning, like
Yeah.
literally in the beginning, like everything.
The honeymoon
is
stage?
everything.
yeah.
and
Even,
then
I think it's
stuff
crazy how
changed.
everything fails. Like I said, my first child, I chose. We was together.
You thought y'all was gonna be
Right. My second child, it literally, and I, it happened one time and I was pregnant. That was a horrible experience because I went through like accusation. I went through like, how, because I found out early how this and how that. So it was horrible the whole way through because I felt like I was trying to prove myself, I'm not this type of, but I was also upset because I have a mental organization called the Beautiful Girls Club. Okay. So I felt like I failed in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't a mistake I could hide. Things I'm dealing with in the back, you know what I'm saying? I could, whatever, they don't know this.
why you feel like you couldn't hide it? You wanted the second child?
No, but I didn't believe in abortions.
Okay.
So, I'm like, I can't, I have
You
to.
still don't believe? Just a little side note, but
I believe now because I mean, situational.
I believe. I
If,
think
if
that
it makes
if you're
sense.
not ready, I feel like if you're not ready, and you're not mentally or stably ready, I think that you should do it.
Right. And
I
I
feel
didn't.
like, I don't want you to bring the baby into the world and it's miserable and all that. Like,
Exactly.
if you're not ready,
but so it was one of those
don't do it.
situations where, you know how you said when she asked him, he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there." And you was like, "No, it's people." Like I was in a situation where like we wasn't together, we was friends. This was something that happened. Like we was messing around, we was cool or whatever. But it went sour. But the thing is, like the conversation still was, I'm gonna still take care of my child. I'm gonna take care of my responsibility. I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. But he was going through a situation and it's still a whole lot with that, but I felt like I failed because of the choice. You know what I'm saying? So this is something I can't undo that.
Right.
You know, and they look to once they get older and they still have a failed relationship, I feel like that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just that was my choice. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, I don't think we choose wrong. You know, I don't where do it go wrong?
Right. So
Right.
So what are some
What you had to ask me though?
I'm gonna get to that. What are some red flags that are big red flags? That's a no with men to you guys. Something you see that's just a deal breaker.
They don't have no relationship with God.
Mm-hmm. Religious.
They don't have a relationship with their mother.
Okay.
I understand if the mother's passed away or something.
Mm-hmm.
But if your mother's there and you only see her or talk to her like every once a blue moon, and y'all can't like sit down, have a good conversation, go out to eat, something like that, then I don't feel like that's
That's another thing too. Like
the
first two things they said. I grew up in the church. So like these past couple of weeks, the Lord has really been testing my faith. So I've been like more being in a prayer warrior now and changing some things in my life because He sent me down for a reason. So I think that if I had a conversations with guys recently, they asked me about certain personal stuff. I don't really tell my personal business. I'm a Taurus. I don't do that.
Me too, sister.
So yeah.
When your birthday?
May 6th.
I'm May 19th.
Oh girl, yes.
Not the signs.
Yes. So I really don't open up too much. Like it's really hard for us to open up.
Got you.
So I mean, if you cannot meet me up here, can't relate.
Yes.
Certain stories they may have that we can't relate. Like I never grew up like in a project or anything like that, so I can't relate to your ghetto stories.
You say you never grew up?
Never. Like if that person, I talked to someone and we just couldn't connect. I can't.
All right.
Your mentality, I
just
just
can't
can't do it.
All right.
If you don't take care of your children, I can't fuck with you.
Right.
Like
Kinda
it's
obvious.
just not gonna work
your
out.
children,
Your hygiene, all that. I went
hygiene.
viral for calling meat musty, so I have a problem with stenches. Like if you stink, it's another problem. Sex is another problem too. They ain't gonna work out. You gonna have to go. I swear.
What you said?
Sex.
Okay.
It's not gonna work out.
It has to be good sex?
It has to. It's not gonna work out. I swear I would cheat on you.
All right. So,
God.
So what about characteristics? You talking about physical stuff.
Yeah.
You say hygiene, that's physical. What about something?
Red flags?
Yeah, characteristics would have been.
Selfishness.
Okay.
Not loyal, dishonesty.
Okay.
Laziness.
All right.
I feel like it's no excuse for a man. Because I get out and go get it.
You could do it. You feel
not having your priorities together. I know men would choose going out or buying drugs rather than handling their business.
Okay.
Thanks.
If you do have children, have a relationship with your children as well, because I'm a single parent. If you don't believe in God, we're not gonna work out at all.
With believing in God, do they have to believe in your God or a God?
My God.
Yeah, I'm about to say the conversation is. I mean, I talk about God too much. I love my relationship, and it's outward. I'm not perfect, but yeah, no, because. But I was in that situation before, and I tried. I had to alter my relationships. Like sometimes
you can't go full out because
I had to alter like my conversations. Like I find myself, you say, "Well, I'm gonna pray." This that. Damn, I can't say that because So that was like a no, for me. Yeah, because if you believe in something else, then it's gonna always be a battle. We're not about to do that every time. Every time I'm talking about, Moses in the boat, and you talking about how we're not doing it. Jesus, because
I just want a real man. I just want the Lord to bless me with a real man, a father figure.
So all those traits you mentioned is a real man for you.
Yeah.
Because
I just want a real. I want a real man. I want an honest man. I want a loyal man. I want a loving
This
man. I
her
want a
putting up.
praying man.
Talk to the
like,
camera,
I
sister.
want a real man. Okay, like
You want a young man. He raising his
I
hand.
want a father figure, and
Yes.
I just want a real man
All right,
because
let me
Yeah, that's
ask you
how
this. Let me
about
ask you this. Then. Do you care if he's black?
no.
Yes.
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 I
Yes
don't
or
know.
no?
I mean, I care, but
Would you marry a white man?
if he,
If the
I
sex
don't-
goes,
That's a yes or no.
no,
It ain't
it's not
I don't
sex
know
good.
nothing.
I don't know. I've never dated somebody outside my race. So
I would. I would.
would I
I've
want
been married to
to?
a Caucasian man since I was a little girl.
No, I'm saying I would. I don't. I'm not saying I'm opposed to, but I
you
have
wouldn't
never.
mind?
I don't have no
You
experience.
never dated, so you.
Yeah,
you
I don't
know what
have
it's
But
no
I
like.
would love to
experience.
have a black man.
Okay.
This the way she
what
said,
does-
black
what does a
man.
black man have to have you?
She just named.
I
it?
just
Talk to
named
the
it.
camera.
I am the prize.
Period.
prize.
I
Is
am the prize. I
Yes.
am
Alright,
the
so he have to
prize.
cover. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
So you'll date a man who make $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Yeah,
can make it work.
Cause
You can make $20,000 and your credit score could be way or more.
Well, you ain't gonna be living what your credit score is.
No,
you don't
I'm
know
saying,
that.
some
no,
money.
I'm saying if you
Let me
make
tell
some
you
money, but your credit score could be
A
a
700.
800, a 7 or 800.
All right, but you have to be realistic. When you have a man who make $20,000, you have a kid. You want more kids?
No, ever. No.
So you want a man who don't want no kids?
I want a man to know. I go into situations like when I'm start dating a person. I go into situations without the
Let them know
unexpected. I
what
want
you
you to
should.
know. I lay everything on the table. I don't want more kids ever again.
Okay.
And if you have a certain amount of kids, it won't work out neither.
How many?
The max is 3.
All right, so you can't have more than 3 kids.
No.
That's a big family. 4 kids if you have 3
yeah,
kids.
because how you gonna balance all it? Yeah, it's
How you gonna balance?
like my red flags. Because I'm such like an outspoken, strong, like leader kind of
Right.
person. I need to not. I don't want to be Superwoman in our relationship.
you
So
shouldn't
I
have
need
to
to.
be.
I need to know that you can lead from one. You can lead and not.
A
You can make
strong
decision.
black
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Can
Like
you let a man lead though?
that's it. I'm learning because
Yeah,
I've never been in this.
I love to be submissive to that one.
Right. That's the thing. So I'm
If you a leader, I'm
naturally-
being submissive.
Right.
Right.
But I'm learning to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not used to a man knowing what to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but I also have to learn how to not, because I'm such a, let me take care of this. Let
Take
me
a
do
step
that.
back.
Let me do this.
We be
because
so
I'm
strong,
Right.
like,
But
so
I don't want
strong.
to, I want you to know what to do and not me have to tell you this is what we doing. I want you to have your purpose. Like I want you to have it figure it out. You don't have to be like, making a certain amount, doing this, but at least know. For one, I want you to, like I said, have a
Handle
relationship with God
household.
and have a sense of like what you're called here for. Because I don't want you to be in a space of like not knowing, and then you find out and I don't align with what your purpose is. Because then we both. I don't want to do that. So at least be on that journey, and then like I say, somebody that my children can look up to.
Right.
I have boys, so I want them to. I want my ultimate goal. Like I want my children, my boys, to be able to see their mother love correctly.
Right.
Healthy. Like I'm not saying nothing perfect or you have to be perfect, but I want them to see that. I want you leading. I want you breaking generational curses.
Right,
I want you
them
showing my
Doing
children.
the manly things.
I thought I
Right.
had that with my last relationship, but
A lot of deep breaths in here.
Yeah, because it's
it be so crazy because
Stressful, huh?
I have dated or messed with someone and they have these characteristics that I like, and then they don't. Then the other person have these. Like I just want this one
Yeah.
person to have.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
all
yeah.
this
So I don't
Be
think that.
perfect.
I know, but
Every man ain't
it's
gonna have everyone.
no. It's hard. Like
The main ones you want is the honest,
Yeah.
good sex, and
the
not a
honest,
cheater.
the father figures, the
Yeah.
leaders. Like
Yeah.
and the relationship with my son means a lot. And now that I'm really, really serious about dating, I'm not just dating for myself. I'm dating for my son
Right.
as well.
Okay.
Exactly.
Lex, what makes your relationship work so well?
Now she moving her head.
You looking at the lights
Oh, yeah, she looking at lights.
too much. Holding her head up like that, huh?
So one thing is I look to my past relationships. What
Okay.
went wrong? Communication. If I feel myself getting
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed, I'd be like, look, let me go in the room real quick. Let me think about. Let me calm down before I start screaming. 'Cause
I have a
screaming-
question. I'm sorry. As a Taurus, do you have anger issues?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was.
I do. I have anger issues. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all do?
And that's for everybody.
But see, y'all are in the beginning.
But you're right.
I'm on the cuffs of I'm on the 19th.
Yeah, you're right on the cutoff.
I'm on the cutoff between Taurus and Gemini.
Back when you say you need space, because you've been to say something that you and I go far.
Yeah, you gotta think before you
Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go lower. So I go low. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I have.
I'm not gonna lie. I still gotta apologize for what I said, but I'm gonna go home and apologize. But we all had COVID 2 weeks ago, and it was my first time having COVID. It was crazy.
The baby
she
too?
had COVID. Yeah, she had COVID and the flu. So I remember I was like, I just need a break, and he was just like, I don't get no break. I'm like, bro, I've been home. I just started working January. She was born November 14th, so I had been home with her this whole time. So it's like, bro, you get home from working. I need. That's disgusting. How would you burp?
Good.
She but you know, I get home and I'm like, look, I need to relax. Like, I need you to take her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was like, well, I don't get a break. I'll be at work. Okay, I understand that, but I'm always around her. Sometimes I need not to be around her. You know, I need to try to get back to myself.
Right.
You know, I'm still not back to myself. Right. And so
it's a process, and let yourself get there.
Yeah. And so I told him, I said, look, I need a break. And so I said something. I said, fuck you. I have never told this man that. I have never told this man, fuck you.
The breaking point, huh?
You know, and he was like, fuck you too. And I went to room and cried, and I was like, how we got to this point?
Right.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and then, I'm not gonna lie, last night, doing the dishes, and he put her down, and she would not go to sleep for me, but she went to sleep for him once he got home. And I was in there banging pots, and he was like, you gonna wake her up? And I'm like, no.
Ooh.
Girl.
She laughing.
Take that podcast.
And I'm like, look, you know, she not gonna wake up. Like, y'all know how we was in here screaming. She doesn't wake up. She might stir a little bit. She's not gonna wake up. Yeah. And so, but you know, communication. If I feel myself, you know, getting there, I try to be like, look, this is this. When I moved out on my own. And so it was like, okay, I didn't have no man to take care of me.
At what age?
I moved out 2020, so I was 23.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would say old or not or whatever, but, you know, and so when he came along and we moved in together, it was like, okay, I have somebody to help me. Yeah. You know, it was weird.
Some of the load.
Yeah. But then,
it do be weird when you have that helping hand and when you're not used
to
it.
It be like,
and you don't take it for the girl.
But
like,
then,
damn,
when I got pregnant, April rolled around and I stopped working. Then I was trying to find a job, and he was taking care of all the bills. Then, I became high risk. So of course they didn't want me working.
You had to sit down.
So I wasn't working. From April all the way to December. So it was like he's taking care of all the bills. So once I got my first check in January, I'm like, look, I'm gonna do this, and this. And
she says I'm talking about her dad.
She's trying to talk to me. But,
oh yeah, she wouldn't lay down.
And so you know, it was like, you know, I told him, I said, I'm really thankful for you because, you know, I have past relationship where they helped out. But I'm not used to that. And my mom, she came to me, she was like, if y'all don't get married, it's gonna be a problem. Because he helped you out with your bills. Like, he's there, like, you know, and everything. And I'm just like, where this man came from?
Right.
Because to me, we weren't supposed to be in a relationship.
He's older than you?
About a year.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we wasn't supposed to be in a relationship or nothing.
Okay, was he staying with you when you was pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were staying together the whole pregnancy. And we had apartment problems and stuff and everything, and he stayed the whole time, and I'm very grateful for him.
All right, young man, you got a nice shout out on the.
I'm about to say shout out to you. We love that.
Good man right there. Now, let's get to your story from last night. Let's knock this out, get it out the way. You said us before the camera. Do you care to share?
Don't care. What's up?
Share your story from what you went pulling up on people last night. I'll let you take over.
Okay, so I have been talking to this guy. He's married. Him and his wife are separated right now. And we started messing in December. He kind of, when he came in my life in December, I was very vulnerable at that particular day. We had a great night. He was showing me a lot of time, affection, what I wanted, because I'm vulnerable going through what I'm going through. I stopped talking to him. He went back to the wife. I had no problem. I want him, when we had to sit down and talk, I'd be oblivious to think that you'll never go back to your wife. Y'all separated right now. You having your fun, whatever y'all doing, join. Y'all separated, but when you ready to go back home, you going back home.
Right.
Or whatever. He went back home. We going into the new year. He contacts me, changed his number. You have a new number now. I was like, nah, I'm not messing with you. He like, nah, I really won't. I gave in. We a couple of more weeks in. And I know he's talking to this one particular individual. One day we was riding in the car, and this number just kept coming up on the Apple CarPlay. I'm in the seat. I put the number in on Cash App.
Hey, let me tell you the name.
It told me the name and the face.
Lord, you different.
So they confirm. That's genius. You never did that?
what?
You never. Never
No, I'm
mind.
not
Go
in
ahead.
that
But like you get what I'm saying. But
Right.
no,
Everybody did this.
yeah, like everybody do this. But I'm not upset because we're single. You can talk to whoever you talk to, but you're with me like a lot. I mean, we do public appearances. So if you messing with somebody else and you having sex with somebody else, I need to know. I need all type of honesty, because if we're out somewhere and a girl come run on you and tell me something, I can't just be like, what the fuck she hitting you for?
Right.
I'm a hitter, but I just want to know why
I'm a hitter.
she.
You might look like, why?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you, but why you attacking us? Like, what's going on?
Right.
So this individual I keep asking you about, you keep lying, right? I end up catching this car by the girl house last week, but I was in the car with another nigga, so I couldn't really do too much or whatever, right? Had a little high speed chase with him and everything, like last week. We went on a date last week. We made up. Everything was good or whatever. I'm like, I know you by such and such. Like, why you lying to me? Still lying. Okay, it was her birthday
Last night.
Thursday.
Oh, you knew this was the weekend.
Wednesday came. We follow each other on social media. This young lady, she always speak to me. She's so sweet.
I want to know what she.
So she cool?
Wait, we're gonna see after the show.
So she cool?
She always speak to me, and she called me by my old nickname, which I hate. So I know she don't really
I was
know
about to
me.
say that's how I know you.
Yeah, Sneaky K. She said Sneaky K.
Oh no, I knew the. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead,
Alright,
kid.
so
Yeah.
what she said. So she said, hey, Sneaky K. I said, hey,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
she always speaks to me, yada, yada, yada. So Thursday came. Wednesday, he wanted to sleep over, and I was like, no, I got stuff to do. You could come when I'm done. He had an attitude and was like, well, don't worry about it. I was like, well, don't worry about it. Then fuck it. Like, I ain't talked to you Thursday. It was her birthday. So I just randomly was picking with him on Instagram because I wasn't calling his phone. I'm like, you with your boo for her birthday? He was like, is. I was like, okay. Y'all enjoy yourself. I'm not really thinking he really with the girl because he be
Come on
lying
now.
and playing. But, so we petty back in the DM, yada, yada, boom. That was it. Friday come. My investigators, they sent some stuff over. I said, oh, it's time for me to
Police
wrestle.
unit.
It's time for me to wrestle it up. So I called him, and I had my friend on three-way. I said, mute your phone. I'm in a nail shop yesterday. So I said, hey, you enjoyed your night last night? What's up, fat? I said, ain't no what's up, fat? What's up with you, bro?
You bro now.
So yeah, he mad. He like, why you playing with me? I'm like, I said, you enjoyed your night last night? Did you sleep well at the hotel? What you talking about? I said, well, what you mean when I'm talking about? What you ate for dinner last night? You had hibachi, didn't you? Like, man, what you talking about? I didn't sleep nowhere. I went there. I said, but you just lied and said you didn't go at all. You just lied and said you didn't go at all.
Confirmed. You were there.
You was there.
Scene of the crime.
I went there, but I didn't sleep there. I said, well, that's neither here nor there. I don't really give a fuck. I said, but now I know the truth because now you. So basically, he getting flip on the phone. When we together, you don't want to know about if I mess with somebody. You better not ever find out it's a problem. And if I go to the bathroom or I'm doing something while we out, I must be going to text a nigga or meet a nigga and all that. He be doing all that. Like just being cheeky. And that's what they do, cheeky. So last night we got into it on the text messages. So, You know, the girl, she posting her whole itinerary for the weekend. I had my eyes on one of the spots they was at. I didn't go. I had eyes. I got pictures and videos to my phone. It's like, okay, let me go to the next spot. I go to the next spot. He's there.
With her?
With her. They're not sitting together. Though.
They're not sitting together.
She's at the bottom of the stage. He's at the top. So he's like further away from her. So I'm like, nah. I done parked my car outside of his car outside. So he never drive his car nowhere. He always drive my car. So she must don't have a car, because he don't never drive his car out literally nowhere. So I'm like, oh, he in this car tonight. Okay. So I parks my car across from his car.
So you gotta see me.
My friend on the phone bust the tires and all that. I'm not doing all that. I'm not busting no tires. I'm not doing no window. I'm not doing none of that. I'm about to check this nigga.
Wait, question before you move. You've done all that before?
Yeah.
Okay,
In my
continue.
yeah.
So you check him. What's going on? How you approach him?
He rolling weed. I said, you got more weed? I walked up to him. I said, you got more weed?
He probably saw a ghost.
He like, no. I said, why you lying? I said, why you lying? You always lying about something. I said, so this what we doing in here? This what we doing in here right now? This what we doing? I said, you really playing with me?
Everybody start
You
looking
loud?
at y'all. Oh.
Because the music is louder.
Okay.
So I'm like, you playing with me? Man, go ahead, man.
So you done the weed?
I'm doing this. And I'm doing this in his chest. I said, bitch, I'm going to show you.
Do like that.
I didn't think that. I said, bitch, I'm going to show you. I said, bitch, I'm going to show you. The girl never spoke. So I don't know if she noticed me. I got my head on last night, yada, yada, all black. I don't know if she noticed me.
All black. She was on a mission.
Did she
So
see
I had on black.
Did she see the interaction going on?
Yeah, you saw me walk up there.
Okay.
She probably be like, it's probably one of his.
Something. But not you.
Oh,
right?
but she
Yeah.
didn't see you.
She didn't see me. So I walk towards the bathroom. She goes by the bathroom. I walk towards the bathroom. I stay there for like a couple of minutes.
She said, hey,
I'm texting my friend. Listen, yes. I text my friend. I say, I'm 3 seconds away from saying something. I can't do it. It's just the Taurus in me. I'm agitated. I'm aggravated. Somebody has to feel me because I feel played on some shit. The girl is so ugly. And that's why I feel played, because she's ugly. God bless her soul. So she comes out the restroom and she's like, hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. I said, hey, girl. Happy birthday. I said, you ain't here with huh?
Oh, she said
I said his name.
God damn.
When you edit it, just put the bleep.
Nope. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just put the bleep.
Go ahead. You keep going.
So I said, you ain't here with Mr. R, right? She said, yeah. I said, well, girl, I just went off on him. She said, girl, for what? Why? What he did? I said, that's my trade too.
No, you lying.
She said, oh, wow.
I ain't fucking with you, bro.
She said, oh, wow. Her smile went to a frown.
Uh-huh.
My work there was done. I went to my car. It was outside arguing.
You did your job?
I did my due diligence.
So, great.
All right. Is this how it is dating with kids? How is it dating with kids?
You really have to be real selective.
Well, I mean, no. You talking about like us dating with kids or dating people with kids?
No, y'all date.
You gotta be real selective.
Lord.
Well, dating with kids. Y'all have a kid. How is it dating?
It was easy.
I don't think it's bad. My son is. See, I got
That's what I'm
one.
saying.
My
See,
son is 10.
it was easy when my son, when he was by himself. Now that I have a
You have
little
a newborn,
one,
so
it's
way
like,
different now, right?
yeah, it's like, first of all, you have to explain. Well, I don't have to, but there's a damn. He young. Why y'all not together? There's
Right, you
that
do have to
question.
explain. I think you do
And
have to
then
explain
I don't.
I think if you with another man, well, if you plan on being with
Oh no, that's different. Dating.
Yeah, if you plan dating.
You talking about dating
I'm sure it's gonna
exclusively?
come up like
Right, yeah. So
like that.
that's a thing. Why y'all not together? Then there's, you gotta find, baby. So, and I'm one of those guilty mamas. I had to do that today. Like I was talking to my niece, and I was like, why do I feel guilty? Because I'm going to do something that children is not going to like. I don't have my children with me because I'm so used to I'm a full-time parent, So I'm doing this and then I'm always. So it's like, why do I feel guilty when I'm going to do something? I'm always like texting and checking. You know what I'm saying? So if I go do something, going on a date, something like I'm gonna be excited, like damn, yeah,
You
know.
But
worried.
I was like that with buying stuff. I'm like, I'm always buying stuff
still
for
like
my
that.
child. I want this nice purse.
Let me buy this for me.
Yeah.
So when I go and I spend my money on whatever designer piece I want, I have it, but not my son has it too.
I kind of saw that. I kind of saw that though, like a quote or something. When you become a mother, it's like you start just. Sometimes it's all about the kid. You forget about being yourself.
Yeah.
Get back to
Yeah,
being
I think you forget altogether that like I'm starting this group called it's called Dear Strong Friends. So it's gonna be like catered to moms that have dealt with postpartum depression alone, or just like moms itself or whatever. To be able to have that space to release, to be able to have that space, just do different things, but. Because we forget that we was a woman before we was a mom, or that we was Jamara.
Like
so yeah, and it's I really deal with it bad. Like I really be feeling bad. Like if my friends, like if I'm out and my son call me, I probably don't answer. But I used to, because he used to text me crying. Like he used to call everybody. My mom and I used to feel. I'm like, Kingston, bro, I just left. Like what's wrong? Yeah.
But now my son be like, you going out, ma? Like, yeah, all right. I love you. Enjoy yourself.
No, if he's by somebody, but I be having to, I'm trying to learn to, I need it, and I know a lot of women need it, but
I
they
like
feel
going on
guilty.
dates and getting a break, but it's just like you cannot come and meet my son right now. But now I'm to the point where I really don't want to date anyone new anymore. Like if I haven't dealt with you in the past and we didn't have.
Is that smart though?
Yeah,
if it didn't work out in the past, why would you keep going back to them?
No, not relationships, because I do me and I keep going sometimes. Like I just don't look for relationships, but like
now that's what you want.
Yeah, I spin a block if it's worth it, but like give me hit or miss. But I'm just like I'm not trusting really to mess with nobody new right now, because I was talking to someone and I knew him for so many years since my son was small, and he stole stuff from out my house. He stole my son MCM wallet and my M line merch and my Gucci hat. Like my stuff was missing.
I tell people all the time. People talk about trust. The people that break your trust is the people that you the closest to. It's never a stranger. You could bring a stranger in your house and they gonna sit and not do nothing. It be the people that you done known all your life. You know people,
and
like
I have been dealing with him on and off for so many years. Me and him
like
mess on and off so many years. I would have never thought that you would have stole from me, let alone you stole from my son.
Yeah.
So once you cross that line, like I'm so scared to have people in my house. I'm so scared to have people to sleep in my house.
And that's what I don't be
I'm really
understanding.
I don't want nobody touching my son game. You don't even need to be in a room. I like if I have company and I want to have a fling for the night and my son is asleep, his door is closed. You're not seeing my son. We gonna do us, and then you getting up and you going home.
And I used to be that way, still is that way. But I see other people that I have known that has dated multiple men, that has always kind of brought their child around. You know what I'm saying? Not in an ill way, but it's like everybody they deal with, and I haven't. And I be like, well, what the fuck is?
Nah, I can't do it.
But I can't do, because for one, I get attached. My child gets attached too, because he yearns that as well. Like he wants somebody around, and wants that fuck. So I don't bring everybody around for those reasons also. But it's like you see people that do it, and it's like, so what's the conversation y'all having when y'all find somebody
I don't want
new,
you to be up in the room playing the game with my son. Me and you that got into it, they're going next week because I didn't put you out. You like, I don't like, you get what I'm saying? My son, he wants that father figure, but I can't, just do that, because I had that with my ex-boyfriend. We broke up some months ago. Like, I could go out, they in the house.
And your son gonna ask for him now, probably.
Yeah, and you have to have that conversation. Like, what happened to, you know?
So, I have a question for y'all, Liz. Do you want to be married?
Yeah.
No.
You?
Yeah.
You? You're in a relationship right now, so what you think, what you expect? The timeline to be.
No.
Do you put a timeline on a man? Do you put that pressure on your boyfriend?
I told him, I said, look, the last relationship was 3 years. I'm not waiting 3 years.
It's too long?
I'm not waiting 3 years. I do not want to be about to hit 40 and not married. I don't want to be in a long relationship, courtship or whatever.
With no commitment?
Like, okay, we have a child together. That don't mean we got to get married. But I'm not going to be waiting forever.
Okay.
So if it don't happen with him, you going to...
Have y'all talked about marriage? Is that something that... what does the conversation go like?
like we not rushing into it. Like we talk about how a wedding going to be. Like I said, look, I don't want no big wedding because I'm not about to spend all the money on that. We go to a courthouse. Now we have a big reception, like a barbecue, a whole big, thing. But yeah, we already know.
All right.
So.
Jamar, you said yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Getting married. What do you feel are the steps you have to take to becoming a wife?
So I used to want before, of course I did. Practice celibacy before. And that used to be one thing on my list.
For how long?
I was celibate for 3 years.
Why?
3?
Because what you mean why?
Why practice celibacy? You already had 2 kids.
No, I did. First of all, I just told you my son is 1.
Oh, 1 kid.
That was after my
First kid.
First child, because I knew what I didn't know then.
Okay.
So I was learning different things. I knew more about what I was worth and the reason that people save themselves and the gift that it is. Just all those things or whatever. I was really, really deep into building my relationship with God. I loved it. That was really the best 3 years of my life.
Okay. How did you hold back for the women who wants to practice that?
I didn't focus on not having sex and focus on building my relationship with God. So the closer I grew to God and in God, the thing, it just became.
It came normal.
No, it didn't come. Didn't come normal.
Years?
It didn't come normal.
Regular for you? How long did
Like, when I
you didn't like nothing, like no rose, no nothing.
The roses wasn't out there. This
No
was
toy, no nothing.
Like no toy, no
No,
nothing.
so
like no waterfalls,
no
no
penetration
nothing.
from men.
It was no
Showerhead.
penetration from men. I would say
from
that. Right. It
No,
was
no.
But
Just from her.
I did got to a place where I was trying to like not be lustful. And you know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to not be lustful. So I would say that, the more I grew in learning this and this, that, and other, I was deep.
Fighting the temptation.
Yeah, but I was like so rooted in God. Like I didn't want to be found outside of him. I didn't even want nobody to, I wanted to be found in him. So you know what I'm saying? But I feel like those were one of the things. I don't feel like society, and I'm saying this out, I ain't gonna say outside of, but of course I failed. Or whatever. Of course I have a child, so I failed. But I'll say that I want to be able to give a man a whole version of me instead of broken pieces. Like, so while I'm single, of course I'm learning, I'm having accountability, but I had accountability, but I didn't have no corrective action behind it. Right. So I had accountable of the things that I need to fix, like, you need to not do this and this, that, and other, all that kind of things. And I didn't really see a lot of examples of healthy marriages. A lot of the women in my family are single. Right. So I didn't have that. So I was like, damn, I don't want to be in this curse or whatever.
Single mothers?
Yeah. So yeah, then now that I think about it, so I think, like I say, a lot of that is becoming the best version of me, not necessarily a wife, because I feel like I'm a wife now, but I don't think nobody has a destination. So now you're a wife, you're ready to be married. I think it's becoming I'll just say my experience, myself. I want to become whole. I want to fix the things, the broken pieces of myself
until you find that person to be married.
I wouldn't do it to marriage. I don't say I'll do it to marriage, but I don't casually do it anyway.
Right.
I don't casually have sex around. Gotcha. Right, so I say I learned a lot, because what I said during my experience, a lot of men respected it, right. And it was like, that's what you're doing. You don't owe me no explanation. A lot of great men, and it wasn't that they was dealing with other men. They was dealing with other women and things like that, but they respected it. But I do believe that I ain't gonna say missed out, some good relationships because it could have potentially been that, but that was like a tiebreaker, or whatever. But no, would I do it again? I wouldn't do it to marriage, but I don't, like I said, I don't. I've never had like a whole phase, I've never, I mess around, but
You said you don't want to be married. Why not?
Well, my mom and my dad was married.
Okay.
My mom moved to Michigan in the 80s, and she met my dad. She had me in the 90s. She had me at 40. Her and my dad had separated. We moved back we went to North Carolina, and then we moved to New Orleans. Mom from New Orleans. Mm-hmm. They were going through a separation because my dad made a bad financial decision, and she just needed time and space. Mm-hmm. The time and space ran up. He passed away. I don't ever want to get married and be in love with a person. My mom loved my dad to death.
Yeah.
And that hurts. You want to go back, you can't go back. Time is up.
Right.
So I'd invested these years, my love, my time. I done gave you another child.
You think marriage could
And
avoid that though?
I don't want to be so invested in love with somebody and that right there's a disappointment that they pass away, they go to jail. I don't want to have another baby. I don't want to get another.
You're scared of commitment in your past
scared.
situation.
Even in relationships, like
Right.
even being in a relationship, I'm so in love with this person, it's so perfect, and boom, they up and die.
But that's life.
Right.
I don't want that disappointment.
So
So you don't want to connect with nobody for a long amount of time.
I do, but I'll always have that fear.
there's
I will
nothing wrong with
always-
having that fear,
I
but
will
you can't
always
be
have that fear.
stuck in
I
that
don't want to
fear.
be married because nowadays people don't respect their marriages, and dealing with my past situations with married men, they don't. It's just a piece of paper to them. They don't.
Pushing you away from the marriage.
Yeah, they don't respect it. I mean,
Did you grow up wanting to be married? Looking at
yeah.
So when did you say that I don't want to be married? Like what? Like
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
I'm like over it. Like they really now, today's time they don't respect their marriages. I mean,
Yeah.
they lie, men lie so much. I can't say like they don't. And then
It's a lot of women that don't respect their marriages either though.
women too. And then that's another
The
thing.
men cheat with women, so the
They
women
do,
don't
but
respect it.
and then it's another thing. I on and off mess with women.
Right.
So I don't know if I solely
Want a
want to be with a
man.
woman or solely want to be with a man.
Okay.
Right now, like I'm going another direction. But I don't want to do that because I do want a healthy relationship with a man. But I really don't think you can be with a person. They say you could be with a person so long and they don't marry you. That don't mean that. No, I don't think. Because
Yeah, I don't
think
agree
sometimes it's better off. People are better off being how they are. Like you don't have to get married to show your love or commitment for that person. I don't think
Marriage
you have
is
to
not
get
an end goal
married.
for a lot of people, and I think that's okay. A lot of people say that it's not like
It's not a
y'all
goal
been
for
together
me.
for 10 years, y'all not married. I mean, but that's not.
But they're
a
probably
goal for
fine the way they
everybody.
are, and their relationship could be healthy.
Exactly.
The minute you go get married, things can change.
I think a lot of women it's more women that get married for the wrong reasons.
I think it should
Men
be
do
a
it because I
goal,
know
though.
that's what you want. It definitely
It's a goal, but it's not like it has to get done.
Right. But
It's definitely a
I think
goal.
it feel like that sometimes because at the end of the day, men propose. So even though women accept, you have to accept to be married. A man has to be willing to propose to you to
Right.
get married. So
Right.
I think a lot of women, like you said, with your choice of men and the married men you dealt with, it's so you see so many bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Because I
married.
mean,
Yeah,
from
I
her
don't even mean,
experience.
I don't. They don't tell me they're not married. I mean, you don't know. Like it's like they living a double life.
Right, yeah.
Like, and I'm just
So
like,
you're afraid of
I'm
that-
in a
that your man
blind,
will be
and then
there.
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm in a married man. But
and
I'm
then
so
I believe in
attached now.
karma too. So I'm
Right.
like, if I get married, what if this happened to me and my husband? Like, yeah. So
Yeah, so
a no.
one more topic I want to touch on before we finish up, ladies, is co-parenting. You haven't been through co-parenting yet, but you guys have been through co-parenting, on and off. So, what is y'all experience with co-parenting?
it didn't work out. He keep going to jail. If he
Simple,
would
huh?
stay home and do what you have to do, and it's not about monetary anything, it's just
Yes.
the time. It's just the love, the affection. Show him things. I do not have a problem. I am not a problematic baby mama. I don't even call you his mother for anything. Family members, nobody. All I ask for is time because time is something you can't get back.
Right.
So if you can just stay home and do the right thing and just say, look, Kayla, I need help with such and such. I don't mind helping you if it's going to help for you to stay
Yeah.
home and be there for my child. And he has 2 other kids and he abandoned them too. So it's not like my son is just, no, you abandoned all 3 of your kids because you keep going to jail. But just stay home, do the right thing. I don't mind helping you if you can just be there for all 3 of your kids.
Right. Because him being home benefits the kids
Yes.
more than anything.
Yes.
Jamal, what do you think about co-parenting and how's the situation been?
Like she's like, so I can do my best as a mother, but it's like, I think everybody knows I can't teach my son how to be a man. I can't teach him things the man can teach him. So I would like for that to be better. Just be a father. I can't tell you how to be the perfect father because I'm not a perfect mother. It hasn't been what I would rather for my child. For both of them, I said, but I mean, Kaz is one, so. But that experience still haven't been the best. But so I'll just speak on, the lengthy relation. So it could be better. I wish it could be better.
Do you see it getting better?
So I'll say this: when he's with the woman, it's better because of course, like, you know, a woman, like, you need to be in a child life and this that, and the other. When he's single, it's go back. So it's
Whatever it is.
you know, I had a conversation with one of his girlfriends. You know, I was just trying to like let her know, like, I appreciate what you're trying to do. I appreciate you calling and this, that, and other. Right. So my thing is, let him be a father. You know, I was in your shoes trying to be the father and do this. Well, let me do this, that, and the other, or whatever. Let him be a father. This is not something he's doing. Right. Because when you go, he going to be back to what, you know, he was doing prior to that.
Right.
So I want him to, I wish he could be better, you know, for my child. I want my child to be able to experience his father. So it can get better. Do I see it get better? Of course, you know, I pray that it do. But I don't, from the past experience, it just haven't been. But long as he in a relationship, so let's just pray that this relationship is lengthy.
Last long, huh?
Yeah. And,
Last forever.
But even now, like, he's with that, he just don't, you know, it's like he don't call, you know, he's on, but, and like he's my child to the age and to the point where he can see my dad is telling me no. He not telling me no, you know, not my mama no. My daddy tell me no, he ain't got it. Exactly. No, you can't come over here today and I can't come get you. And simple things like, damn, I'm just asking you to come have lunch with me at school.
Right, it's only so long.
You know what I'm
a
saying?
Kid,
right. So, but and I hate
these fathers need to step up.
But I'm glad that my child is being able to see, because I've never talked bad about his dad in front of him. I never done that, even when I had those bad experiences. So now he's able to see it. It hurts because, of course, I have to repair that. The mother's got to have the conversation and all that kind of stuff. But he's able to see it now. I just really, really wish it get better.
Right.
I wish men took relationships with their children as serious they took relationships with women.
And I said that was the last thing, but one more thing I forgot.
But they'll go out.
Okay.
Yes. I wanted to talk about the stepfathers in today's society because, as a man, most guys look at stepfathers like they're losing because you're taking care of another man's kid, and some women look at stepfathers as they just stepfathers. Shit.
No. I don't think so.
How do you view stepfathers?
Well, my mom, when my dad passed away, my mom started back dating this guy. He was really a good provider. He worked offshore, made good money. And then Katrina came, we moved to Mississippi, and they ended up getting married in Mississippi. I didn't want her to get married. For, you know, whatever personal reasons I had at the time, I can't remember. Her and my brother did not want her to get married. And she ended up, you know, getting married to my stepdad. It took a long time for me to call him dad.
Yeah.
And he did, when I called him dad, he cried. I mean, he had two other kids. My stepbrother was around, but his daughter wasn't really around. I was there. So I had grew into loving him and accepting him to be my mom's husband. And then I did start calling him dad. He was a provider. He was doing stuff. And then shit got ugly. And when shit got ugly, it was I'm calling you by your first name.
But that's unfair though to him though.
No, when you don't mistreat my mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm busting him beside his head with pots and pans and shit. Like,
oh Lord.
Yeah, it got bad.
So
years later, it's like it got bad. I mean, so you playing with my mama, me and my brother gonna fuck you up. Like, that's what it was.
Nigga.
Yeah. So
Not back to first name.
Yeah.
All right. What you think about the view of stepfathers in the world?
The view of it, I can't speak on the view. I mean, I don't know about the view. I think a lot of people, like you say, oh, you're a stepfather, like, you know, that's the other nigga or whatever. But for me, stepfathers are, so my stepfather, you know, stood up. Him and my mom were married for 20 years. So they were together since I was like 7. So that was the active figure that was in my life. So he was there. You
respected him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have respected him. We had our personal experiences because I witnessed things, you know, between him and my mom and things like that or whatever. Because, you know, I don't want to see my mom hurt and, you know, different things like that. But it was never to the point where I never grew to call him dad. But that was my daddy. You know, I've never introduced him as my stepfather to people. I never was like, you know, this is such and such, you know, this and other, like this my daddy.
My mama boyfriend.
Right. I've never did that. You know, experiencing the house was I was experiencing the house. Whatever we go through here, that was this, that, and the other. But I respected him. He was well respected because he was there. He was a father. He was our father. You know, majority of my family is through his family, you know, because of we gained a family with them. So in that case, my experience, I'm grateful, you know, because had he not been there, my mama struggled, you know, they went through what they went through, but it would have been even, you know. So in that, you know, that's that. But my experience, you know, I'm really light with the whole stepfather thing.
There's
or
nothing
whatever.
wrong with good stepdad. They
You
have
know,
good. They have good.
they do.
stepdads
They're
out
great.
here.
Do you think the world respects stepfathers?
Yeah,
I think so. They
yeah, I
have
don't
really good
think
stepdads out there. I'm
they
not
do.
gonna
They do.
lie.
I'm not
And
saying they
stepmamas
don't.
too, though. They
Yeah.
really.
But so
listen,
my
they
thing
really
is,
do.
what is so I'm not the one that's like
A stepfather
because that's
is
my
someone who's
boyfriend.
not
That's
the
you,
child. No.
No.
right? That's the thing. But I think a lot of people do that, you know, because you with my dad or you and mama, that's your stepdad, that's your stepmama, you know. So
if he's contributing to your child, that's what
okay,
he steps
I'll
into
take
being a
that.
stepfather.
Got you. Okay, so yeah,
Right. If you have a boyfriend, he moves in, he starts taking care of your child, paying bills.
So
I would
once it
consider
comes
that
to
like a
us
stepfather.
splitting this responsibility, you.
But when my boyfriend was living there, I didn't introduce him and Kaden like stepdad.
How
I would
long?
say
How long to that?
me and this guy been on and off for years. So
Right.
I would say this is Mr. Rob.
Right.
He'll call him Mr. Rob, but Rob don't want him. No, Kaden, call me Rob.
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of where it goes like with the marriage as well, because if you're not married and y'all split, he has no ties to that child no more.
No.
But some of them still do stick around though,
Right,
because
some
they
do,
know
some
that
do
they know that
because,
the daddies
we
ain't
have that
shit,
connection.
and they have that connection, and
built
I'm
that
still gonna
connection.
do what I want to do because
Right.
I mean, back to my situation, and you know his significant other, she has 7 kids, and they're not all biologically his. But even though me and him still, well, we're not talking now, but when we was talking, he still was doing for the kids, like
Okay.
it's just different breeds of men. Like if you have it in you, you have it in you. It's nothing that I can't teach you. But if you with a woman, it's kind of overshadowed because if you with a good woman, it's gonna look like it's coming from this man when it's really is just this woman holding his weight for you, which is I think 60% of the situations in the world.
That's a whole nother conversation. All right, Lex, what you think about the stepfather's role?
So I grew up with a stepfather since I was
Okay.
2. And him and my mom split in 2009, and then my mom came out as a lesbian in 2010.
Okay.
And so and then I have my little brother, and he's biologically his. So, and they were married and everything. We were all cool, dandy. And then 2020 came, and my stepdad, which I call my father, dad or whatever, he said, I have no children. He said that to me and his biological child.
Okay.
And that broke me. And I have not spoken to him since.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so it was hard because when I got pregnant, it was like, oh, I want to tell him, you know.
Right.
But then he moved on, and he got remarried, and his stepdaughter had a child, and it was like I see her, you know, I see him at the baby shower and everything.
grandbaby.
Yeah,
But you wanna be with
and exactly. And so you know, I didn't reach out, you know, but he asked my brother, you know, what does my baby need? And it shocked me, and it was just like okay, well, she
That's a
needs
step
this.
forward, right?
Yeah, she needs this.
Right.
You know, since she want to put your foot out there, she needs all this.
When did
know.
you find out he was your stepfather?
I know from jail.
Oh, was he
yeah,
introduced?
Oh, from the
Yeah,
jump?
he was introduced. Like I knew who my
At 2
father
years
was.
old? Oh, at 2 years old?
2, yeah, I knew who my father was.
Okay.
Like I was around my father, but you know he was in and out of jail. But I knew who my father was. But I always called my dad.
It wasn't no adjustment period?
What you mean?
Even though you was like young, like 2 years old, was it ever a problem like you ain't my real dad or nothing?
No,
like, as
I
you
never
grew
said
up?
that to him.
Okay.
I never said that to him.
I-
He was my provider.
Okay.
He was my dad. You know, and but yeah, I never said any bad words towards him.
Yeah, that's
Shout out all the stepfathers out there handling their business, picking up for some of these.
Me and
bullshit
Kaden need a
ass
daddy.
yeah, I just wanted the small, like I pick it. I think when we get older, a lot of men, or a lot of fathers, parents, just because I'm grown, I mean I don't need you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I kind of felt when you said, because of when him and my mom split, you know, it kind of distanced our relationship, you know, and I kind of felt sometimes, but you know, I still kind of feel some way about that. You know, I had to have a conversation with him. Like, I still need you too. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm grown. Now, my real father, we had a great relationship before before I was acceptive of my dad was introduced to drugs, you know, so I had a good experience, you know, with my real father and things like that, up until whenever that happened. But now I'm at a point like I need my father.
Right.
And that's we're
Fathers
grown.
need fathers,
Right,
no
you
matter
know.
how old they is.
Right, and I think my experience, and it's still like I don't have, you know, so it's like I said earlier, it's like so many layers and so many, but I definitely can feel that, you know, because I'm grown. I still feel that way, and I think a lot of people feel like, okay, you grown, why you know?
Well, I have an older brother. My brother is 52, so my brother thinks he my dad, and then sometimes like, and I'm so grateful for him. Like he's so grateful for him, like especially with my son or whatever. Like they just went to Colombia a couple of months ago, so I'm really really grateful for him. But I be having to tell him sometimes, I just want you to be my brother. Sometimes
I'm the oldest of 13, like, so
I want you to be my brother. Sometimes I know you love my dad. He was the best man ever that my mom had, whatever. But I know you want to be my dad, but just be my brother too, in a sense.
All right, y'all. With that said, we'll be wrapping it up, but. Key to that last conversation. Fathers are needed.
Facts.
Be in the household.
No
daughters need
age.
their fathers. Sons need their fathers. We need the fathers in the household. But this was a great episode, ladies. Once again, Lex, Jabara, Kayla, TaeVisuals. And any last words for the people, y'all?
Don't play with me in the comments.
Don't play with me.
But I really
Don't
enjoyed
play with my
it.
baby because she fought it. Okay.
You're not worried about him.
Yeah, it's nice. I really enjoyed it. It was great. I think it was a healthy conversation. We had different perspectives, different backgrounds, and things like that. So I just hope
I
the
can find a daddy
fathers are listening from
And not reacting.
Exactly, from a mother. Just like I like to listen. So I want to know, you know, what is it that I can do better, so I can do better and have corrective action. But don't say you're not doing this because I have never once said I can't do this because he not doing it.
All right.
So do
Once again, y'all,
I-
if y'all listen
I
on
want a
Apple
daddy.
Music, go ahead.
I want a daddy. I'm single.
I thought you wanted the mama.
She want iffy right now. She on a certain
I
route.
want a man.
If y'all listen on all podcast platforms, give us a 5-star rating. YouTube, give us a like, comment, and
Yes.
subscribe. But love TaeVisuals Podcast, and we are out.